What if the most important character in Toy Story 5 isn't a toy at all? What if the real villain of the entire film is something sitting on your kid's bedside table right now? Pixar hides the answer inside one small scene that changes the meaning of the entire movie. Today we're breaking it down. Welcome back to Movizo, where we don't just watch films, we dig into what they're really trying to say. If you've seen Toy Story 5, you already know this movie feels different. It's not trying to hit you with giant action sequences or a heartbreaking goodbye. Instead, it takes a quieter approach and focuses on something surprisingly relevant, childhood itself, and once you notice that, the whole movie starts to look different. Here's the thing most viewers won't notice on a first watch. Toy Story 5 isn't really about toys. On the surface, it's a Jessie-centered story about Bonnie struggling to connect with other kids. But underneath that, Pixar is asking a much bigger question. Are kids being pushed to grow up too fast? At one point, Jessie looks at the tech toys around her and says, "You stole our time." It's one of the most important lines in the entire movie, because by that moment, Jessie isn't just talking about toys losing attention. She's talking about childhood losing time. Let's go back to the beginning. Bonnie is only 8 years old, but she's already being told she's falling behind socially. That's where Lilypad enters the story, a child-friendly tablet designed to help kids connect. And almost immediately, the message Bonnie receives is simple: you're not keeping up. Pixar is clearly showing how pressure can reach kids much earlier than it used to. Then there's Blaze's bedroom. When Jessie first sees it, she comments that it feels more like a teenager's room than the room of a child who isn't even 10 years old yet. It's a small moment, but it says a lot. Throughout the movie, Jessie keeps noticing signs that childhood is getting shorter and shorter. And then we get what may be the film's most important idea. After spending time with Blaze's tech toys, Jessie tells them, "That's just a game, that's not playing." At first it sounds like a simple disagreement, but it's really the heart of the movie. Games come with rules, scores, rankings, and expectations. Playing is different. Playing is imagination. Playing is making things up as you go. Playing is creating your own world. Pixar even changes the visual style during these moments, using a softer, hand-drawn look that makes Bonnie's imagination feel separate from reality. That choice isn't there just because it looks nice. It's there to show how valuable those moments of imagination really are. This is why the movie connects with so many adults. Toy Story 5 isn't arguing that technology is evil. In fact, by the end of the film, Lilypad actually helps Bonnie and Blaze become friends. The movie's point is much more balanced than that. Technology can help people meet. Technology can help people connect. But it shouldn't replace real experiences. One of the film's strongest visual moments comes during the donation truck chase. Toys are racing everywhere, chaos is breaking out, and yet the adults and kids nearby barely notice because they're all staring at screens. It's a quick moment, but it says everything the movie wants to say. The screen isn't the problem, living entirely inside it might be, and that's why the ending matters so much. When Bonnie walks away and says she doesn't play with toys anymore, Jessie feels like she's reliving the same heartbreak she experienced years ago with Emily. But then she discovers something hidden beneath the old tire swing, a lunchbox filled with memories, evidence that Emily never truly forgot her. And when Jessie realizes that Emily cared enough to keep those memories, and even named her daughter Jessie, everything changes. For the first time, Jessie understands that growing up doesn't erase the people, toys, and experiences that helped shape who you are. Meanwhile, Bonnie and Blaze finally become friends. Lilypad helps bring them together. The Buzz Lightyear drones complete their journey by helping other children find connection through play. And Jessie finally accepts a truth she spent years struggling with: kids don't stay kids forever. But that doesn't mean what happened during childhood disappears. It stays with them. What I find most powerful is that lunchbox scene, because it changes how we look at every Toy Story movie, every goodbye, every toy left behind, every child who eventually grew up. The movie suggests that none of those moments were wasted. They became part of who those kids eventually turned into. That's why the lunchbox hits so hard emotionally. It's proof that imagination matters, that play matters, and that even when childhood ends, its impact doesn't. Now here's the question I want to leave you with: do you think Toy Story 5 is actually more for parents than it is for kids? Because the older you are, the harder some of these ideas seem to hit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd genuinely love to hear different opinions on this one. Toy Story 5 isn't trying to be the loudest film in the franchise. No rockets, no giant farewell, no world-ending disaster. Instead, it's telling a smaller story with a surprisingly big message. A story about growing up, about friendship, about imagination, and about why childhood might be more valuable than we realize. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Movizo for more movie deep dives, ending explained videos, and hidden details you may have missed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.